Hello, operators, and welcome back. I am Leonidas. This is Nucleares, and we're on patch 197. 196 and 197 actually were very small updates, so I haven't done any patch notes about those, but this video will work for anything after patch 191. It's not dependent on the 195 changes and all that. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to start up a new loop. We start the game with one loop starting equipment, one fuel core, and then at some point we need to add another one. In my case, I am doing it because I need to perform maintenance. So that's what we are going to do. A couple things before I get into it. I am attempting a new method of recording because, you know, glitches and things. So please let me know how this is going. If you see any of those little blocky glitches, please tell me. Please let me know. Here's the other catch with this. So because of a game bug, when I installed my second steam generator and it finished, it was at 0. I left and came, when I reloaded, it's automatically at, why are you going up all of a sudden? It's automatically at, oh, I know why this was. It was automatically at 50,000. Unintentional. You may, hopefully that will get fixed, but you may not have the same fortune, luck, benefit that I got in this, to where it just magically fills it up perfectly to 50 for you. The reason why that's a bad thing is I needed to prime my primary pump after that was installed, and when I did that, because the core is hot when I'm doing it, it sent heat down here, and I was making steam, and I had to quickly bypass and adjust everything so that because I don't want to turn on the turbine yet. I needed to get it ready. That's why you're seeing this. I had to drain it off and cool it back down and do some things, so you're actually kind of seeing it after the fact. It dropped way down, like 30,000 liters, and I had to bring it back, and it's been a whole mess. So more on that in a minute, but just know you will probably need to add more water to your condenser. Now this is even one of the first thing that I want to say. The first caveat and disclaimer. I'm going to do another video on this, but I cannot implore you strong enough, don't chase the colors. As I'm speaking to you right now, patch 196, people see this needle go yellow and then red and they freak out and they go, ah, I gotta add more to it. Let's go add more water. It's getting low. What? Why? Well, because it's low. Any other reason? No. Is there anything stalling? No. Anything dying? Anything not working? No. But it's in the yellow. It's in the red. So I must freak out, right? Guys, I have not added a single drop to my system. Now, again, I know that this is lit up to 50. Okay. I have gone onward from this. This is actually back in time, as you saw. Whoops. I have several saves. And each one of these numbers, look at the dates and the times. Okay, this was as I was progressing through the game, different points. I have moved way on from where this is right now, and I never once added a single drop. I let it get in the red, in the yellow, and it's fine. If you balance your system correctly, it will work out just fine. Ayo, you're kind of annoying. I need you to just not. There we go. Perfect. So don't freak out. Don't chase the color. Same with the steam generator. Okay, my steam generators run in the low yellow, high red. They're fine. Just leave it. Just leave it. If you add water to this because you have freaked out, you will kill it. I'm not going to go into detail as to why. It will cause you issues, I promise. So now people are going, wait. You just said that I got to add water to the steam generator. Okay, and this is what I was hoping to show you, but I cannot. I don't have a save to go back and try and do this in one go where I get everything installed and then I don't leave and just make the video right away without having this magically pre-filled. I can't do it. There's no way. I'm just doing that so I don't have to follow demand. Without, it would just take me a lot longer. So you need 50,000 liters. Okay, you need 50,000 liters in your condenser. How you do that, I don't have a good answer for you. So at some point, I will do one day a follow-up to this of how to make that happen. It would just take me a really long time to restart the whole. I got to start from new, earn enough money and get there and install the stuff and wait for it to be delivered and then installed and blah, 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 blah. I wanted to get this video out now, so that's going to take too long. The way that I recommend doing this is look at what your condenser is, right? So mine's at 92,000-ish, okay? It's currently going up because my CFR on the right is higher than my EFR on the left. So I would start adding condenser pump or water through the condenser pump, and I would turn on my secondary right away. And then what you're trying to do is get this to 50,000. Actually, you don't even need it at 50,000. So I say 50,000. You don't need 50,000. You really only need like 40 because of how fast it's going to start up, and I think you'll see that. But 40,000, 30,000, 50,000, whatever it is, try and keep this the same. Do your best. And more on that in another video. So that's the first caveat, that yes, and I this is not intentional. I promise you, if I had a way to show you how to do it, I would. The game gave me free water and now I can't get around it, and it causes issues. So, all right, enough of that business. Let's go to the checklist. You can find the link in the description of the checklist that I'm going through, and it has a bunch of checklists all in one. And the one I'm going through is called, it's in parentheses, new loop startup. Okay, new loop startup, and I'm going to go over the first step. So step number 1 is open all valves. Make sure that all these are open. The oh, that's interesting. I actually didn't even. Oh yes, I did open that one. That's your MSCV. I had to open it because it generated steam and I needed it to dump. So open up all the valves. You don't need to open this one, but you can open all the, or do either way. Open them all. That's first. Then you need to verify your MSCV is at 100. So I guess you could open the B4 valve. No, I think about it. And this is at 100. The reason why we do that is because in case we generate steam, we don't want it to start a turbine before we're ready, because we need to prime it. So we open those so that in the event we accidentally create steam, it'll just go right back to the condenser and not go to the turbines, and not create any extra pressure, or as little pressure as possible in the steam generator. So that's why we do 2 and 3. Number 4, primary circuit pump. Easier than it sounds. Actually, it's not that tough. So what we need to do is we need to go open our M3 valve. Okay, if you look over here on the chart, right, in order to fill the core, I need the M3 valve, and it's going to, well, so I can refill the primary coolant tank. If you don't care about refilling the primary coolant tank, then forget the M3 valve, but we use the feed water pump to go from the primary circuit coolant tank into the core. The primary circuit coolant tank is this guy right here. I think it starts at like 120, so you may not need it. You can leave it if you want. I don't know. I turned mine on. It's up to you. So you click this. So you start your secondary pump. I'm not doing it now because, again, I wish I could, but it'll generate steam because this is hot, and this takes the heat and sends it down and generates steam and boils it off, and I don't want to do that. So when in the order of doing these, do your primary first, so that it doesn't matter that it's hot, right? You fill it up and you're not generating any steam. There's no water there to be turned into steam. That's somewhat, no, that isn't, it's not essential. It'll make life way easier than trying to manage steam being generated. So the way to prime this is you just turn it on. I start at 5 and I watch this level. Once it starts to drop, I turn it up to 15 just to hurry it up. This is going to drop. When it gets down to maybe 2300, kick on your feed water pump for a minute. Okay. Then when it gets to 24, maybe shut it off. Maybe before that. But yeah, probably before that. You just don't want to let it get too low. I wouldn't let it get below 2200. And what's happening is when we kick this on, in Nuclearis, all of these pipes are actually simulated. They're not just they're not just there for looks. They're not just visual. They are actually functional. So when we take water out of, say, this one, it takes water or steam or whatever it is, time to pass through it to fill the entire pipe and move all the way through at a certain speed to go through. That's what's happening. When we install that pump, which is this guy right here, all the pipes that are, well, connected to it take time. And they have different lengths too. So that's what we're doing, is filling it so that when it's time to go and I click it on, I'm not going, oh, okay, now I gotta wait for water to do its thing. It's just easier to prime it ahead of time, I have found. Again, not essential, but it is a useful step. So we're priming it. It's gonna take water out of here because it fills all those pipes. Eventually this number will stop dropping. That's how you know when you don't need it anymore and all the pipes are filled. Okay, there's no more water coming out of the core. Then you need to refill it and get it to about 2460 was a little higher than I wanted it, but that's not bad. If you're doing chemicals, little side note, if you're doing chemicals, you will lose boron concentration. It'll go down because you're saturating it, which means your temperature is going to go up, so keep that in mind. Okay, you're going to need to add probably more boron, if not more rods, while you figure that out. So keep that in mind. But eventually this is going to stop, and you want the fill level to be, don't go over 2480. You will overfill it. You will kill your pressurizer. You will kill your core. It'll be rough. So don't go over 2480. And remember that when you shut the feed water pump off, as it spins down, it's still pumping water. It's not going to instantly shut off. So you're going to go a little bit beyond. Okay, once that's done, you turn this off. Usually I actually leave this off so I don't accidentally turn it on while I'm adjusting this loop. Okay, and then you come and do this guy. To fill this guy, we just use the secondary pump, we turn it on, and it'll draw from the condenser. This is where you would kind of add to the condenser to try and keep the fill level close to what it is, as close to it as humanly possible. Mine is not balanced right now, and so it's sitting at 64. Or excuse me, 54 on the CFR. Could I actually get it to freeze? Well, I don't want to throw everything else off. I could move this up to 27 and it should balance, but then I'm going to overfill my steam, or my steam generator, and I'm not even getting enough heat to, anyway, it doesn't really matter. So I guess I'll do it right now just to demonstrate. If I get this to 27, this will go to 27. Oh, and of course it moves. But that will cause it to freeze essentially. See, I was just moving by less than a liter with each tick. That's pretty close. You can kind of chase it a little bit. So, just a little bonus tip for you there. And try and get it to do its thing. Okay, moving on. So that's number 4 and number 5. Once those are primed and you get this up to the fill level of where you want it, another side note about your secondary pump speed. There's a bug right now in the game. This is a very slow pump. When you turn it on and crank it up, when you crank it down, you'll notice that the current, which is showing what it's currently delivering, it is slow to meet the ordered. It is not fast to chase it until you turn it to 0. When you turn it to 0, it stops in about 3 seconds. Whatever it's at. You can have it 100, crank it down to 0, and it'll go 60, 42, 7 off. Very fast. It's not supposed to do that. So this will change in later versions, but again, we're in patch 197. That's why it's important that I emphasize that for right now. That's just how it works. So you can kind of use that to your advantage, and when you get right to about 49,900, maybe even less, you can just shut it off, and it'll shut off right away. Okay, so now we have our primary pumps primed, we have our steam generator primed, and the secondary pump also. Now we can we're getting ready to start. So now we're at number 6. Close the MSCV to 0 because we're going to make steam. We then set our bypass to 0. This is different than the original startup. In the original startup, we leave our bypass at 100 and we set our MSCV to 6. That's because we need to fill the retention tank. Oh, speaking of which, right now our retention tank it's going down, but our retention tank is already full. We don't actually need to fill it. So we don't need any of that steam bypassed to make this happen. And so we can do the old, what I call the normal startup, where back before the new vacuum pump was installed or was released, and we just built up steam to about 60, opened it, dumped it, started a turbine, and away we go. That's what we're doing today. That's all we need to do. I'm just seeing if this is still going up. Nope, it's stopped condensing. Okay. Fill pump's still at 95,000, although the numbers have changed. Oh yeah, because I moved this back down. Anyway. Not bad. Okay, so now we're moving on. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Verify resistor banks on. This is important, and this is critical, because once we start adding steam to this guy, and it starts generating power, that power needs somewhere to go. You're going to damage your turbine. So we go resistor bank on. Okay, ours is right now. Verify core vessel. Verify core vessel fill level. Number 9. Again, just make sure you didn't forget to fill it, or that it's not overfilled. Okay, adjust it. Verify your condenser. We verified the core, now we're verifying the condenser. Yep, good enough, that's where we want it, sounds great. Start loop as normal. And this is where I give you the steps. So we're gonna start generating heat. I have not started this one other than accidentally, so this might go a little faster than what's expected, or than what you might see, is what I should probably actually say. This is another bug. You flip it on and you don't get any numbers until you move it. And then they'll pop up. Okay. So we set that to 15. And now what's going to happen is we're going to start making heat very rapidly. And now that's going to start boiling off. And this is going to start making steam. That's why we have our MSCV at 0. Okay, we're letting this go. Now here's the other thing. Well, I guess we'll get there in a minute. Once we open this up, the next step is to wait until we are at 60 bar in our steam generator here, and then we're going to dump it. When we do that, we're going to have more steam kind of coming through this retention tank system. Actually, let me pause this and talk about it. Our OMSI right here, it's broken it in up to patch 197. It has nothing to do, when we're talking about using the vacuum pump, 30 is the magic number, where if you have bypass closed and you have 50 kilograms of steam, kilograms per minute of steam, 30 will maintain your retention tank level. As soon as you open bypass, like I have, you need SMSI open, that startup motive steam inlet valve, to supplement it, because you don't have as much steam going through the turbines, so you need that extra. I guess you could also use OMSI. I just haven't tested that. But either way, you need to increase that from 30 and 0 to something other than, or more than 30 and 0. And you've seen how, with the bypass that I have, I need about 85 because it was falling and I had walked away from it. As soon as you start a second loop, this gets cut in half. This is going to go to 15, and I'll show that later. It doesn't make sense, and it's broken. It's actually the second step of the startup is normal, right? Once we open our MSCV and start dumping steam, we run over and turn our OMSI to 15. I haven't tested a third loop to see if it then goes half again, if it goes from 15 down to 7.5 to maintain that. You can't do 7.5, but come on, math. Half of 30 is 15, half 15 is 7.5. If that keeps the retention tank, or if it's divided all 3 loops by 3, and it would be 10. I haven't tested it yet, but keep that in mind. So it's just broken. Doesn't matter what these numbers are. If your vacuum pump is running and you want to maintain it, this needs to be 15 for 2 loops once you have steam going through the turbines. Okay? Another note. People are going to say, wait a minute. How do I have a steam outlet of 18 with this closed and our bypass over there closed? You have to remember that the MSCV valve is at the turbine. It's about 1 meter, maybe 2 meters out of the whole length of the pipe from the turbine. So when it's at 0, steam is still escaping the steam generator. Same with the bypass. It's a ways downstream of the pipe. So steam is filling these pipes, and they're filling them because everything had condensed back into water and then flowed out of the pipes. The pipes are empty. They're not full of steam anymore. That's why that number was going up when I first started the video. So now this is steam escaping. What you're going to see is this number will go up as the pipes fill up with steam. Once they're full, it's going to go back down to 0. We don't really care. It doesn't affect us that much. I'm just letting you know why you're seeing this. It's not broken. There's not a leak. It's not a hole. It's just that this measures how much steam is actually leaving the steam generator itself at the point of the steam generator. And bypass being 0 and MSCV being 0 don't allow it to continue on the path. We're just filling up pipes further on. Now back to your regular scheduled program. So this is going to keep going up, and this is dropping. This is increasing. Again, we're waiting for 60, so I can actually go triple speed. Watch the number on the right. See, it went up to what, 25, and now it's dropping back down to 0. Bingo. Just as expected. And that is not new in this patch, or this version of the game. It's always been that way. So we're gonna go, oh, we're at 60, I went too far. Okay, dump this. I got distracted talking here. I just hit slow, 25. Okay, I run over and change. Now look at this. Oh, because steam hasn't made it to the turbine. Listen for it to start up. Any day. Any day now. Come on. There it goes. Okay, it's making it to the turbine. See how that's going up way, way fast now? I need this at 15. And let me demonstrate this. If I shut off this bypass, if I take it to 0, and remember, when bypass is at 0, SMSI effectiveness is 0. Okay, so that goes to 0, and now this will be frozen. Yeah, whatever it was. If I have this at 30, and just to demonstrate this, I can open it to 100. No change. I'm just proving to you that SMSI doesn't actually matter with the steam. If you want to know how all that works, go see my in-depth hour, 20-minute video on the whole vacuum system. You get to see me draw stuff at my kitchen table. Anyway, just take my word for it. If I move this up to, well, even 16, it'll go up. If I go to 14, it'll go down. It has to be 15 because it's 2 loops. Okay, that's how you freeze it with the vacuum pump running. If the vacuum pump is off, it's different. Okay, that's for another. Yeah, we'll do that for another day. This is simply starting up this system here. Okay, normally when I do my startups, this drops way down here, like to the 16,000, 15,000, 12,000 range. It stays really high, which I don't like, so I actually dump this off. But this is just my playstyle. You do not have to do this. I just want this lower because I like it to be down where this is. So when this gets to about whatever this level is, and which is being overfilled because we've been losing heat. Oh yeah, we are way cold. Let's just get that up artificially real quick. 300 is what I keep mine at. You can keep it whatever yours is. I'm just doing this for video purposes, so... we'll go 87. Try and stop it. Catch before it gets too high. Oh yeah, I don't have chemicals on. Still going? Okay, let's go. Can we catch it? Too much? Nope, that's good. That'll be fine. 301's fine. This should come up shortly. I can also artificially pump this at 20. But I do want it to come back down a ways. That's a little more full than I like it, so I'm going to actually reduce that also. Anyway, so we're just going, and we're letting it do its thing. And it's going to start, and then do I take it to completion? I mean, I can, I may as well. We switch over to number 2. I just don't like to do it because of the annoying sound. So I'm going to leave it there. And we just wait, and we can balance it. Everything's in, well, it says 40 because I'm actually trying to drain this off. And this is definitely drained off, so we'll bring this back to 25. This is the only one that's really producing any energy. I would, well, I can bypass to meet it. Probably somewhere around here. Which, now, watch, because this should start dropping soon. Maybe. I would have thought it would have started dropping. Oh, because both these are 50. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. when you have 2 loops, you don't need the SMSI of the bypass because you already have a second source of steam coming in. You only need 1 of these at 50. Yeah, there you go. So this is starting a new loop. The hardest part is the priming. You have to prime the primary system first, then the secondary. You don't have to. I just recommend it. It'll make your life way easier later. If you do this one first, once you start turning this guy on, you're going to generate steam that'll cause you extra things to have to run around and do. But you can connect this system, the synchronous system as normal. And then I'll do another video for doing loop shutdowns, a total shutdown, more coming. Please, again, let me know how the video quality was on this, because I'm using a new encoder. This is the very first video I've ever done it. Join my Discord, I have memberships out now. You can join and become a member, where you get exclusives, exclusive chats. You can get, depending on the level you pick, there are special chats for the different membership levels. You get shout outs. Some of them have, you get early access to any videos that I schedule to come out. You can even get, some videos, like my sneak peeks, are going to be member only. All the free help, all the basic videos are still always going to be free. I would love you just to come join my Discord, which is also, you can just do anytime. We can chat about fun stuff. But if you want the extras, help me out in my cause to upgrade my equipment, or don't. But either way, my Discord is in the link. Thanks so much for stopping by. I am Leonidas, and I will see you again soon.